All right. Come on in. 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 Let's talk about it. We have another season that is officially here. Listen, it is really go time. It's on it popping. It's on it cracking. Look, the Trojans take the field this week, man. So I'm going to wait for a couple of people to come on in. We're going to talk about this. You guys let me know if you guys can hear me okay in the chat, and we'll get to this. I'm going to greet a couple of people, but there's a couple of things I want to kind of talk about in reference to the season. I want to talk about some USC recruiting stuff, what some of the USC recruits did. They bought out, man. The California players represented against Florida 2 times. Not 1 time, but they represented twice. So I'm going to wait for a couple of people to come on in. You guys let me know if you guys can hear me okay. But I want to get into a couple of things, and I'm going to greet some people, man. But happy Sunday to everybody. We are officially here for the season. Let's go. Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear before we get rolling here. I'm going to greet a couple people real quick. Let's see. Touchdown, USC. How can we watch the Missouri? I believe it may be on the Big Ten Network. I'll double check that. It may be on the Big Ten Network. Albert, let's see. Hey, Jay. There's still no word on the firefighter who died he was stationed out from Station 32, Azusa. But prayers out. Absolutely. Much prayer out to the family. I remember you told me that the other day. That's a terrible situation, man. But shout out to you. Thank you for reminding us. Albert, near my house. So, yeah, it's been a sad week. No, I totally agree with you, man. Totally agree. Happy Sunday. Hello to everybody. Listen, yes, happy Sunday and hello to everybody. We want to get into a couple of things, man, especially as it relates to the recruiting stuff. I thought I put this on. Hold on for 1 second here. Is this not on my? Okay. Save changes. Okay, we should be good now. We should be uploaded to Twitter as well. So I'm going to wait for a couple of people to come on in. I thought I put it in there. Chris, hey, I'm going to open up the lines too for you guys as well. Happy Sunday to everybody. Now, the first portion of this, man, and I thought about this today. I'm going to tell you guys this. Keith, what's up, my man? Janelle, how are you doing? Let me greet everybody first. B. Jones, what's the word? Stefan, hey, we get ready to open up these lines in a minute, but I got to kind of greet everybody. Big shout out to Christian, man. Big shout out to Christian. Dang Trojan, O-line is concerning. We get ready to talk about this. No, readers. No, we'll get into some of that. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? I was watching. Hey, Keith, California really represented, man, big time. MG's Raiders, what's up? Fight on. Christian, fight on. Anthony, what's the word? So, look, I want to do something real quick in the first portion of this, and we're going to get into some stuff, and then I'm going to open up the lines. But I want to do this, man. I was reflecting. I went to church today. So look, this first portion, and this is not what the pastor talked about, but this is something I was actually thinking about this morning as I was meditating, and I was in my steam room downstairs. I got a steam room I go into every morning, and I thought about this, and I said, look, man, I said the whole college football world is essentially leaving USC out. They essentially put us in the top 30, but not the top 25. And I sat there and watched yesterday Kansas State lose, and they had them ranked number 17 in the team that they were playing, Iowa State. I think they were ranked number 20. But I sat there and watched the disrespect. And you cannot tell me, looking at Iowa State, looking at Kansas State team, those two teams, that USC is not better than either one of those teams. And it's no disrespect to them. So here's what I'm going to say as it relates to that before I open up the lines real quick. I'm awesome. Janelle, how are you? Let's hear it. You guys can hear me okay? Young Tiny. So, look, I want to give you guys just real quick. Arrogant Nation, what's the word? Hey, fight on, Rusty, fight on. So, look, I want to give you guys some history real quick. It's Old Testament. It's the book of Samuel. I believe the book of Samuel, the 30th chapter. Something really crossed my mind today because of the whole world is essentially, when you're talking about the college football landscape, they've essentially left us somewhat lost in the sauce from their perspective. However, something hit my mind when I was downstairs in my steam room this morning. I read the Bible, you guys know, and so I was reading in the First Samuel, and it was about King David, and he's Israel's greatest king, right? And it's a story behind this. So this message is real quick. It's directed towards the players before I get into this other football stuff. And it's encouragement for the players. But anyway, let me give you a quick story. King David, you guys know, was considered to be Israel's greatest king, right? But anyway, King David was leading the people to a particular place. But the situation got so bad for King David that the people around him began to turn on King David. And as a result, the Bible puts it like this in 1 Samuel. It says that David had to encourage himself. Now, why am I saying that? Why is that so important about David, King David, having to encourage himself? Because sometimes people turn against you, right? And just like people are turning against King David, I believe when you looked at it, it hit my mind like this. I don't know why it hit my mind like this morning. I said, I believe that the same way people are turned on USC really left them to be lost in the sauce. I believe that it's going to take us as a fan base, and that's why this message is in the beginning is directed to the USC players. Don't worry about the outside noise. Encourage your own self. Encourage yourself. We know the talent that we have right there, within the Trojan locker room. We know the caliber of players we have. We know that the coaching staff we have. We know what it takes to move and groove as a football team. And as a result, we're going to be just like King David. We're going to encourage our own selves. We're not going to worry about the outside noise. We're not going to worry about the lost in the sauce people that try to rape, but we're going to put boots on the ground game by game. But you know what? I picked us to be 11-1, but you know what? I don't even want to say that. I really want to say undefeated. It's going to be game by game. Every week is going to be 1-0. So let me get into this high school football stuff before I open up these lines. But that is a message for the players. Encourage yourself. Don't worry about the outside noise. Look, boots are about to be on the ground. We're about to see what everybody's made of. And the voters already are looking absolutely ridiculous for how they rank these teams. Kansas State, number 17, they look like they had no offense. Do you not know that we have more offense than that? USC did put up 30-some points against a Notre Dame team, right? Against a Notre Dame team that was supposed to be the number 1 ranked defense in the country. Are you not telling me we don't have a better defense, a better offense, and better defense than Kansas State? Oh, by the way, Kansas State is missing Coach True, by the way. How about that? Kansas State looks like they're missing the toughness of Coach True. And you guys know whether it's Coach Eric Henderson, all of these coaches, all of them, they put out the message of as it relates to Coach True. It talked about the fundamentals, the defense, the toughness that is going to display on defense and offense. And look, man, we getting ready to get it rolling. But real quick, did anybody see, and I'm going to open these lines up. Trust me, I'm going to open them up. I know some people are waiting. But did anybody see that the USC commits, all of them, whether it's Sean Austin, he had 8 touchdowns yesterday, balled out. Let me pull up his stats real quick. But Sean Austin absolutely balled out yesterday. Young man out of Ohio. Let me pull this up. Everett Hill out of Ohio. I think he had 3 interceptions yesterday. Balled out. By the way, Tom. He had guys absolutely lost in all the sauce. Flinging guys all over the field. Sean Scott, he balled out yesterday. All of the USC guys, absolutely. Mark Bowman, man, he had one nice catch that I saw, but I didn't see him get the ball a whole lot. But Mark Bowman, when he had that ball, though, he did look pretty explosive. But the USC commits all across the board. Madden Reardon had a crazy interception. He did some kind of acrobatic catch, man. I don't even know but it was just crazy. So you're talking about Deshaun Rideau. He had a very, very, I'm telling you, a very, very nice run where he looked like he was Reggie Bush. You remember the Reggie Bush run where he was a Fresno State, where he went all the way on the sideline? That was Deshaun Rideau. He had one of those type of runs. So I'm saying that to say that what we saw in this year, man, listen, we're ranked number 1 right now for a reason. These guys look unbelievable. These recruits, it looked like we did our due diligence, we did our homework, and I'm probably missing out some guys. If I'm missing out some guys, you drop in the comments. You guys tell me what you think. But those are a couple of news and note items before I open up these calls. We're getting ready to open up these calls real quick for you guys that are coming in. Any players that see this, you guys come on in at the beginning and look at the message. That message was directly towards you. Let me greet some people, and I'm opening up these lines. Well, let me go ahead and send the link right now, and we're going to go ahead and open up the lines. Let's see. Okay, the line is in there. Uncle Boom, what's up, man? Hey, everybody come on in, man. Come on in and tap in. Young Tony, what's the word? Let's see. Behind enemy lines. Fight on. I believe the refs stay out. Yeah, they better stay out of the game. Oh, man, we got multiple people. Let me get the first call real quick. Young Tiny, what's the word?
What's the deal, fam?
Man, how you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. Blessed, bro. Just waiting for next week. Waiting for the season, bro.
Realistic expectations, man. What you looking for? And I'm gonna have you guys. I kind of know what I feel like my lineup is gonna be. You guys know I talked about the offensive line. I want to hear what you think about your lineup as well, man. And I got calls stacking up like crazy, but so I'm gonna take them real quick. But if you could give me a run through of your expectations and then some of your lineup, I'd like to hear what you got as far as your lineup.
Honestly, you know me, Jay. My expectation is 1-0 every week. I just
Absolutely.
like I don't want to, I don't want to
you.
let the fans down. I don't want to let the live down. But that's how I roll. You know what I'm saying? I want
Absolutely.
1-0. I want 1-0 every week, bro. My lineup. Honestly, bro, I'm just trust the coaches, bro. We got so much talent all around the board, and
Absolutely.
I'm gonna just trust the coaches, bro. I know, like we have a lot of players that watch this, bro. So like, I'm not
Yeah,
really
yeah.
the type that
And
wanna,
that's why
what I'm
I
saying,
don't
leave
like.
somebody
I
out.
really don't like doing it. I don't even like saying 11-1, to be honest with you, Young Tiny, because
Yeah,
to me it's like I could be shortchanging them. You know what I mean? When we can't really take it.
yeah.
And I said it on the podcast 11-1, but
And
I really
I
want to
know
take
you
it
say that, Jay, but
realistic.
we
Yeah,
talk off of here, so like I know how you really feel. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
I feel
just how
strong
that's
about it.
just Yeah, that's just how I am, bro. I just want to go 1-0 every week. You know what I'm saying? What I would tell you, these first couple weeks, like I said previously, I want to donut these two teams, man. I want to come make a statement. I don't care who they are or whatever. I just want to donut these first few weeks and get our young
Right.
players in, and you know what I'm saying, let the rotation play itself out, man. But I will say this: just because we got ones and starters, don't mean other people ain't gonna play. So, let's just go 1-0, bro.
No,
You know what
that's a
I'm
great point.
saying? Yeah. And
That's a great point. And here's the thing. I think the way our game's set up, and how each game gets, like a little tougher and tougher. Missouri State is going to be one level. I think Georgia Southern is going to be another
yep.
level. And then,
Then
you're going to
Purdue.
jump into that Purdue. It's going to kind of
Mm-hmm.
ease up. And so I really feel like these coaches can really mix and match players and just really get whether it's the offensive line, whether it's the defensive line. I just believe they can kind of change out some guys, even in the cornerback room, because think about this, man. The cornerback room is like, it's crazy, whether it's Braylon Conley, my guy, shout out to DeCarlos Nicholson, man. Thank you for that love yesterday. You got so many guys that I feel like can get in there and move and groove. And these guys are still battle. I wonder, the depth chart. I think I was talking to somebody. They told me the depth chart may come out Thursday, maybe. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see how this depth chart look, because I know that's a difficult decision to make.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. But I can't say like everybody that about that safety stuff. I'm gonna tell everybody is this: don't sleep on Christian Pierce. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But we have plenty of
I
talent
got
in that
love for him.
room. I know you do.
Yeah,
I know you do. But I'm just
yeah, yeah.
telling
He's a
everybody
baller.
because I
He's a
know
baller.
because I've been noticing a lot of people be like skipping over him when they talking about this or that. But I'm telling you, not sleep on Christian Pierce. And like same thing I was saying with Eli Sanders too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Eli
hey,
Sanders.
Eli
Yeah,
Sanders.
I know.
Hey, I heard he. Hey, matter of
I'm
fact,
telling you.
hey, I heard that Eli Sanders been taking off
Come
in
on, man.
practice.
Come on, man. So yeah.
like really taking off.
Yeah. So like I
So
say, as Trojan fans, we just gonna, we riding with our team. I know people gonna have their favorites or they what's the name, but like I'm rocking with the coaches, bro. We trust our coaching staff. I'm gonna trust they put us in the best position with the best lineups. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Respectfully,
yeah,
and I'm just
yeah,
I'm just like, let's go 1-0. Let's go 1-0 and let's do what we gotta do. That's where I'm at with it,
absolutely.
Jay. That's where
Absolutely.
I'm at
I
with
see
it.
all kind of people dropping off. You guys come on back in, man. We're gonna keep coming. Hey, so I'm gonna take this next one and we're gonna keep it moving and grooving. But hey, I
All
totally
the
agree with
time.
you, man. We're gonna take it game by game and make it happen. Hey, young Tony,
All
I
the time.
appreciate you, family.
Always love, fam.
All right, fam.
All right, all right.
Absolutely. Stefan, come on in, man. What's the word?
What's the deal, Jay? What's going on with you, man?
You ready or what? Ready or not? Here we come,
Oh
right?
man, am I ready? Man, I've been waiting for this for so long. It's taking forever. It's like, come on now. But no,
Hey,
I'm with Young Tony on that though. Want to know every week. I can agree with that because just to one game at a time. And but boy, some of them boys, like you said, some of our recruits, man, I can't
woo!
wait because I want to get our hands on. Hopefully we can flip some of these boys, man. Ryder Lions looked so good against Grant. Oh my
Oh man,
God! I'm like
I
I
can't.
see why every
I'm not. I'm not gonna front. I'm not
that
gonna front,
boy
but
he
I
ready
heard
to start at somebody's program right now. I don't care where it be. He gonna start as a freshman. He
well,
gonna start
he's
as a
not
freshman.
he has to go on a mission.
Well,
So
yeah.
yeah, he has to go on a mission. Whew, man, did he look
Hey,
good? I mean,
Walker Lyons
man,
need to be in
man,
his little brother ear, man. Like you need to come on and come out here with me. Even though he probably be gone by then, but still though, that boy Ryder
yeah.
Lyons, man, I was looking like,
Oh
damn,
man,
just the way he run his offense and everything. He looked so deadly. And I didn't even know
he,
he
hey,
he was. They got him as a pocket quarterback, but he could take
nah,
off
he
too
ain't no,
on you,
nah, man. That dude's like Jackson Dart, bro, all over again, for
man.
real,
Oh my
for,
God. I was just like,
for
man,
real.
if we can get him or we can get in his ear, we can show him that we got a winning program. That's why we got to take care of business on the field this year. We got to take care of business. It's
Absolutely,
mandatory for us to handle our business. But and then
absolutely.
Chris Henry Jr. too. I want my hands on him so bad. I'm gonna flip him so bad. Man, he's a
Hey,
problem.
well,
Oh my goodness.
he's that Jacoby Lane body, man. He's not just like the commentators were saying last night. He's not a guy that's gonna just burn you, but the way he goes and get those balls, really,
His
he kind of,
hands, man,
hey,
man.
man, what he did to that dude, man, just going back, like he really just like out. I
He
mean,
made
just
him
out
look bad.
real bad. And then you see what Tom did. Sean Scott and Tom, Lord
They
Jesus,
showed out.
like them,
They showed
them
out.
two, yeah, them two guys are like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, and that whole modern day team, they look super strong. Even the
I
quarterback,
mean, they
I'm gonna be
offense
honest,
kind of. No, go ahead, Jay.
yeah.
My bad.
Well, no, you good. But the quarterback, he kind of surprised me too, man. He was starting off slow, but the way he came in whipping that ball around was absolutely crazy, man.
Man, yeah, he got it together after he made his first possession or whatever. He got it after he was like, I got to make up for what I did, and he started slinging that
Yeah,
ball. He looked good. Yeah, he
yeah,
looked hella good. They gonna be of course again they're gonna be a problem like they always is in California. I don't know why these Florida and these Texas schools keep playing with these modern day and St. John Bosco. I mean,
absolutely.
if that's what y'all want, you know what I'm saying. But it's gonna be an L on that record, man, because
Hey, guess
them some
what? Guess what?
juggernauts.
Hey, guess what? Bosco did it to him too. You got a double
Man,
whammy over the weekend. Two
yep.
Florida teams got smacked down. Bosco and Modern Day put hey, and it was crazy because I saw on YouTube. No. It was on Twitter that a Twitter account from that high school. I can't remember the name of that high school that Bosco played, but
Uh-huh.
a Twitter account put something up and said they're gonna be. It's too hot. It's too humid out here. These guys gonna get. And man, hey, you know what? I screenshotted the California sign, "Welcome to California," and I put it on the on the Twitter. I said, "Welcome to California." Hey, they got the smackdown though. But yeah, man.
Man.
So hey, real quick before you go though, I got Brian
Now
Jenkins,
go ahead.
another one coming up. But I want to hear like your realistic expectations. Like, as far as the lineup, man? How do you think the lineup is going to be?
Man, that's tough. Like Tony was saying too, though. I feel like people I was saying he took the words right out of my mouth. I was thinking about Christian Pierce too. I was like, I hope he gets some run back there too. I feel like, man, I feel like up front we strong. I feel like,
Yeah,
our offense, our O line and our D line, we're gonna be strong this year. If they can take care of
yeah,
business, man, we're gonna be all right. But
absolutely.
realistically though, like y'all was saying, I just put, like you said, put it in the coach's hands and see where they go. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna be all right this year though. We just have to take care of business. I want to get them flips though. I want them
Yeah.
flips. Am I wrong for wanting right lines though? Do you not? Would you not take
Hey
that boy
man.
when he comes?
Hey, we got a quarterback committed, but man, he really
He
what
had
he
me
did last
drooling. I
night.
ain't gonna lie.
No, hey, he had the whole world drooling last night, and it was on TV too. So it was crazy the way he was moving and grooving. I'm just like, man, wow.
He,
Hey, let
yeah,
me shout out Chad Bowden real quick, but we ain't gonna do that. But hey, it is what it is. He
they
bought out.
might be. Folsom might be in the open division this year. With might be. I don't know if they D1 or they might be in the open, but they might be because they squad is they got something to mess with up north or whatever. But they might be up there. But might play Monterey or somebody or whatever in the open division this year later on this year. So we gonna
Yeah,
see though.
yeah,
But yeah,
absolutely.
Jay, I appreciate it, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey,
I'm gonna let everybody else get in and tap in with you.
all right, family. Hey, I appreciate you,
Okay.
man.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
fight
most
on.
definitely.
John Kinsella, fight on. Hey, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that, John. Fight on. I'm glad, John. You should have came on in, man. I thought you were gonna hit that link and come on in, but you says I'm glad that people underestimating us. Good. We're gonna show. We're gonna show what's up on the field, not the rags with the pundits. No, I totally agree. I think we're gonna surprise some people, and it probably is good to be like that. I mean, it is. It is what it is. Oh, let me hit this one real quick. B. Jenkins, what's the word?
What's up with it, man? What's up, UNCJ? How you doing?
Hey, hey, man, we here, man. We've been waiting all
Oh
summer
yeah,
long.
oh
This is,
yeah.
I don't, I think this is the third year I'm doing this. This
Hmm.
might be the longest summer ever. I don't know why. I don't know. It just seemed like it was super long, man.
Uh huh. Well,
But
the
we ready to rock and
anticipation,
roll.
the anticipation building up to, every kickoff every year. And you're right. You have been doing this. This is your third season now. And I've been rocking with
Yeah,
you for 3 seasons.
for day one.
Yeah, yeah,
I think maybe 300 subscribers, maybe less than that.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think
It
you're
was a
one of the
little under
few
three. It was
guys.
a
Yeah,
little under three.
it
Yeah,
was super low, super
yeah.
low.
So I'm looking for to see what our defensive line depth is going to look like. I'm talking about, the second string and the third string. I know in the first 2 games, or at least the first 3 games, um, we should be able to get in a lot of looks, for those backups, especially the
Yeah,
first 2 games. I'm looking to lead the nation in sacks and hurries and TFLs in the first. I know in the first 2 games. I know the third game is going to be a little more challenge, but I want to see what our depth look like because the earlier we can get some look at that depth, that's going to be better. It's going to bode well for us. Once we get into the thick of things, once we get into those high weeds and attrition, because every year attrition is going to be a problem, and that's for every program across the board. So I definitely want to see what our twos and threes look like in those first 2 games leading into that third game. Our offense, as far as the backup quarterback, I want to see what they look like. I'm looking forward to see what they look like in the first 2 games. After maybe the midway of the third quarter, I want to see them get in and get some serious, meaningful reps. I want to see us run the ball when they know we're going to run it because that's going to be important. Like I said, once we get into the thick of things in the meat of the schedule, man, and I want to see how well Riley's going to manage this clock in the first three
yeah,
games. That's going to set
yeah,
the tempo. It's going to set the tempo for everything else. We already know that Lane and Lemon is going to draw double teams. So is our tight end going to get off? Is our third receiver going to get off? You understand what I'm saying? I want to see that. Basic plays to where, hey, look, we running them over and over again, and they can't stop it. So they develop that chemistry going down the stretch, and I think that's going to be the deciding factor of whether or not we get into that playoffs, Jay.
yeah. No, I want to speak real quick to your point about the depth. it really hit me. Somebody in my comments, they commented on the video from like I think a couple of days ago. And when they commented on it, it sends me a notification on top of YouTube. So I responded, and he said, Jay, what is your 1? What is your 2? And what is your 3 as it relates to defensive line? And when I start really like dissecting this thing and looking over it, and I just said, well, he hit me. I hit him. I told him what the number 1 was first. I said, well, I think from a defensive line, one spot, and I really don't like to say this, but I just did it, this exercise just to kind of see,
I know what you're saying.
Where we were at. And so I said, okay, Anthony Lucas, let's put him over at defensive end. I said, Kayshawn Silver, we're going to start him at the defensive tackle in the one group. Then we're going to put Devin Tompkins at the defensive tackle, and then probably put Cam Fountain right there at the edge. That's going to be your 1. And I'm just saying, and I'm saying that to say, if any guys are looking, to me, the 1s and the 2s is really not that much of a difference when you talk. And that's doing this exercise really helped me understand. And so I said, that's the number 1. I said, number 2, you probably got Braylon Shelby at the edge. Then you're probably going to have John Jarrett maybe. And I don't know who's going to be at that other one. Maybe Carline Jones. I'm not sure. Kobe Pepe. I'm not exactly sure. But then on that other defensive end, whether it's some of these younger guys that are going to come in, whether it's guys like Gus Cordova, Jaden Ramos, and I start going through these names, and the more I start going through these names, and don't forget, Jadi Abasari, forgive me, Jadi Abasari may be going with the second group. Don't let me sleep on him. Him, and I start going through these names, and I'm just like, my God. And I'm saying that to say this. I saw Jamil Muhammad today absolutely get jiggy with it. I mean, he balled out. I put a clip on my Instagram, and then I put a picture, him sacking Shador Sanders. And people, I remember people saying, oh, he wasn't that good. He wasn't this and that. And I'm saying that to say, he was just up on the wrong coach, man. He was just up on the wrong coach. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this, that he didn't have the depth around him to get off like he needed to get off. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Jamil Muhammad was a baller, and I could see the explosiveness. He's a quarterback. He was a former quarterback. Don't forget, got recruited to Vanderbilt and came to play linebacker at Georgia State. Then came over, and I remember watching this film, and I said to myself, this dude is an active player. But then, he got kind of active a little bit the first year, but a lot of people were kind of down and like, oh, and I said, look, man, this dude is a baller. Sure enough, I saw him sacking Shador Sanders. So I'm saying to say that if he had this depth around him this year, it'll probably be different. But I'm telling you, this USC team right now, from a defensive line standpoint, the depth is absolutely insane.
Right. And that's what I want to see. That's why I'm saying it's going to be very important in the first 2 games. Maybe I would say in the first 2.5 games, because I think they're gonna try some things in that Purdue game too. But it's going to be very key that we get these guys some burn in, they get some experience. That way, when we get into the heart of the schedule, man, and people start to get some bumps and bruises, God forbid, a couple of injuries happen, they get in there and they won't be, like a deer in the headlights. So I'm looking forward to see what our 2s, not 3s, going to look like in those first 2.5 games from the defensive line. Now on the offensive line, I definitely want to see what the left guard going to look like and that right tackle going to look like. That's what I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see what our running backs going to look like. Where they get touched, whether it's 4 or 5 yards down the field, or whether or not they're having to dodge people in the backfield. That's what I'm looking for in this upcoming game as well. I know, like I said, I know Lane and Lemon, they're going to do their thing, but when you got 2 dangerous weapons like that on the outside, and they're going to draw, cloud coverage. I want to see our tight end get off, and I want to see that 3rd wide receiver get off. First 3 games, Maiava shouldn't even have to run the ball in the first 3 games. He shouldn't have to pull down nothing. We should be running it. We should be running it and dumping it over the middle to the tight end. Once they loosen up on it, then Lane and Lemon get jiggy, and the rest of it take care of itself.
I really think just the way the schedule sets up. I was talking to a partner of mine from I went to college with a guy from Houston, Texas, man. Big shout out to him. But me and him were talking. He's a huge Texas Longhorn fan. And, he pulled up our schedule today. I just be talking football with a group of guys sometimes. And he was like, Jay, the way your schedule sets up, he didn't really look at it like that. He said, the way your schedule sets up, man, he says, I can really see USC you know, going 11-1. He said there's no reason why they shouldn't go 11-1. And I said, I know. He said, I don't, you know, were you impressed? I mean, I'm looking at this Kansas State game last night, man. I'm looking at Kansas State. Now, a lot of people going to argue, they're going to say, oh, the defense. Okay, yeah, it might have been some decent defense. But I'm telling you right now, Kansas State did not look like they were that impressive to me, man, at all.
Right. I didn't really catch that game, Jay, to be honest, man. I was more so waiting to see that Fresno and who did Fresno lose to? Kansas.
Yeah.
Fresno got the break speed off of by Kansas.
I thought they were going to get. I thought it was going to be a better game than that. Honestly,
I thought it was going to be a better game than that. I was very disappointed in that game. But going back to that first comment that you said one of you and your friends were talking about last season, man. We started off in a gauntlet. We started off with LSU, and then we went to a home game. Then we right back at Michigan. This year, I think it's gonna set up perfectly for us because we don't jump 10 toes into the heart of one of these tough teams, tough matchups. Is going to get the coaches a chance to develop a game plan, like I said, get those backups in, man, really early, and then we'll progressively get into harder matchups. And I think it's going to be very key going down the line. Like I said, when we get ready to go to Nebraska, when we get ready to go to Notre Dame, we got to go to Oregon. I think our depth is going to be tested, but it's a great thing because we do have depth. I haven't seen
we have it now. Yeah, we absolutely have it now.
I haven't seen I haven't seen this much depth along our defensive line in a long time, man. I mean, a long time.
So real quick before you go, and I got to take these calls. I think am I freezing up on you? My thing is
no. You straight. You straight.
Okay. So I think a case too, and I think a lot of people are worried about the offensive line. And we know that iron sharpened iron. I think iron sharpened iron. Right. I think it's a case of too that our offensive line could possibly be going against one of the best defensive lines around, and they're fighting. They're chipping. They're fighting. They're moving and grooving against them. So I think we could have a serious case of once they do get out there and start practicing, playing against other teams. I think it's a great possibility our offensive line could shock somebody. You guys hear it from me here first because I'm telling you right now. These guys are some straight up dogs, man. Like we got some real dogs. Jakeem Stewart, I forgot to mention him. Lord, forgive me. Hey, shout out Jakeem Stewart, Mekhi Lemon, all those guys. You guys see it in my YouTube short. All them guys for shouting me out yesterday at the Salute to Troy. But all of those guys, Jakeem Stewart, have you seen clips on him in practice with USC football?
Yeah,
like he looks ridiculous. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's real young, and the sky's the limit with this defensive line. But let me get on out of here, man, so you can take some more calls.
Okay.
Last thing I want to say before I bounce up out of here, I'm glad they disrespected SC in the polls, man. I hope this going to be
probably the best thing that ever happened to us.
Yeah. I think it's going to be fuel for those players. But go ahead, my man, and I get with you.
Okay. All right, fight on, Phil. Man, this thing is tripping. Okay, hey, Christian, what's the word?
What's good, man? Hey, you already know I was on the game, man. Yeah, they were that Kansas State. I would say, I know it was raining, but it wasn't impressive. And I know it's first game of the season. It was so sloppy, so many turnovers. But the biggest thing is, I can see the coach true effect not being there because Kansas State wore down in the second half. And they did the trenches. Iowa State took over the trenches in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. I mean, the third or fourth quarter, Iowa State was front. Jay, I'm almost 40, and I could run through them big old holes, man. So they definitely missing Coach True, man. Like because last year Kansas State wasn't wearing down like that. They were wearing down other teams with their running back. I know their running back gone as well though, but you could definitely see it. They was out physical and completely wore down in the second half, and that was the difference.
No doubt. Absolutely. No, I agree, man. I think that the voters, whoever did the voting, they really did USC a disservice, man. And they really did USC a service. They did themselves a disservice, and I think they're gonna be surprised what they see because you can't tell me that we're not better than Iowa State and Kansas State. Please, I'm not even trying to hear that. That was really kind of ridiculous. Hey, let me shout out.
I'm from the
E-World Jones. Hey, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
And man, you know how I feel about that. For one, especially like with the coaches poll, the coaches don't got time to watch other teams and things like that. And so they have people vote for them, and
Yeah,
all those polls are definitely always gonna lean towards the SEC and be with the bias, and it's not, and we know it's not correct. My whole thing with the polls, I don't think they should come out till after the first month, so you can actually see the teams play and have a month worth of proof of concept on the field before you start throwing rankings out. And
yeah,
so,
yeah,
but that's my. I wish they didn't do rankings till after the first month. Let's see it
yeah,
play out on the field.
yeah, yeah. Hey, let me see. You say block you. Where you blocked at? Are you on YouTube? Where you at? Or YouTube or Twitter? Twitter. Um, come over to you. Real talk. Come over to YouTube. Yeah, man. So realistic expectation, man. I just put out some. I didn't put out a depth chart, but I just kind of talked about the defensive line. I hate doing it, but just based on just if you just kind of just say how you feel like it'll be, what do you think it'll be? But these guys, the coaches know who they are. But we'll see. We'll see what comes out officially. I guess it'll be Thursday. I don't know. But what do you think the defensive line will be?
Man, just going off of what I like seen last year and stuff, like we don't get. I mean, but I don't get access to spring, so I don't know what anyone looking like. But my style lineup will be the same as with yours,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
what you
yeah,
put
yeah,
out. I think that's
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's right on. I think that's what it's going.
yeah.
Honestly, I think that's what it's going to be.
Absolutely. And then you see what we got. I think Jaddy Abasari may be going in with the second group, and I'm not sure maybe him along with I don't know whether it's John Jarrett or Jaddy Abasari. I'm just saying hypothetically. And you still got guys like Carlon Jones, Kobe Pepe. Kobe Pepe may be running with the tools. I don't know. But I'm just
But
saying,
Jay,
you
that's a
look at that.
blessing.
That's the
That's
it
a
is so
blessing.
much of a blessing.
That's a
And
blessing.
as I was telling, that's the depth. Like we did not have this type of depth. If we had this type of depth in the Michigan game, we would have saw. We see Georgia how they swap those guys out. Whether it's on some guys run first down, some guys run third downs. They rotating these guys out in his fresh bodies. This gives us the opportunity now to have these fresh bodies in there, and we can move and groove. And I'm telling you, when you're able to do that like that, you're gonna have a fresh defense on an offense that's essentially lost in the sauce from an interior standpoint, and we able to put that pressure. We're gonna see guys like Cam Fountain flourish. We're gonna see guys like Braylon Shelby flourish. We're gonna see Anthony Lucas get jiggy with it. Devin Thompson's gonna get jiggy with it. All of these guys are gonna be able to move and groove. And you know what that's gonna do? That's gonna create a great secondary for us. We already got some dogs at the secondary spot. And then we don't even want to talk about the linebackers, Eric Gentry and Devin Stevens. I tell you, it's just like this is great. This is like we haven't seen this in years. So I'm excited, man.
Yeah, man, and that's the key. If everyone look, the past 20 years, I mean, let's be honest, the SEC is not what the SEC used to be, and one of the biggest reasons why is with the portal, NIL. Now everyone's on the equal playing field. They can't have 3 and 4, 5 stars and 4 stars defensive linemen sitting on the bench, rotating them in and out. Now they like everybody else. Where you got to actually be able to build some depth and actually have to coach up. Even some 3 stars and 4 stars to be good now. Now you can't just have that embarrassers and riches on there, and that's what hurt those teams because that's what Nick Saban used to do. Nick Saban to have at one defensive line position, he will have 3 5 stars deep sitting on the bench, and you can't have that no more.
Yeah,
But what we're
yeah,
doing is we have it. We have the we have the formula, and that's it. It's to have
absolutely.
that depth with those big boys, so that you can continue to maintain the standard for 4 quarters. Right? Somebody need a break, you can get him out, get somebody, and like you say, Jake, no drop off with the 2s and 3s.
No drop off,
No
man. No
drop
no
off.
drop off at all. No drop off at all. And that's the beauty of it. Even at the running back spot, I kind of alluded to it. Young Tony was on here. We talked about it. I think a lot of people gonna be surprised with that. Of course, Brian Jackson's gonna move and groove as the power back, but Wayman Jordan is gonna be able to project the starter. But I'm telling you right now, Eli Sanders, man, I'm just telling you, you know what? Hey, I'm hearing he's doing all kinds of stuff, and that dude is a breakaway player. He's gonna move and groove, and I think a lot of people they're gonna be surprised. I think we can keep our backs fresh too. But I do think
Yeah,
you got to get
I
in the
think we'll
rhythm, though. I
see.
do think you can.
But I think we'll see. I think we'll see. You know, all three, right? And I think it depends where we're at on the field and down the distance as well. I can see B
Absolutely.
Jack. I can see B Jack playing in all 4 quarters because we're gonna have some goal lines. We're gonna have short yards down and things like that, or when we in the red zone. And I think
Yeah.
that Waymon Jordan and Eli kind of switch out shifts. You know what I'm saying? As Waymon gets into the third quarter, we might see Eli take over that from the 20-yard line to 20-yard line.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
B Jack gonna be in there for 4 quarters because you know what I'm saying. I don't think he's gonna have to do like the lion share carry, but he'll come in to breathe that bruising back throughout. So I think we're gonna see all three of them.
Absolutely. And you talking about games like Michigan, games like Illinois, games like Nebraska, even games like Oregon, where it kind of gets, those guys get a little try to physical on the other side. Those are the games you're gonna see really be Brian Jackson really. I think you're gonna see him flourish in those type of games, man. Those get those tough, hard-nosed yards, man. Because let's keep it real. What we saw him do against Texas A&M, he was a physical runner. He showed the ability not to just be a physical runner, but he showed the ability to really move and groove and have some cutback about him. And I like his cuts, man. He cuts right on the dime, and he's more elusive than probably what a lot of people realize. And so I'm just this might be the best backfield we had in a long time. I'm saying as a whole,
Yeah.
yeah,
What I love about B Jack is that at contact, it's still another yard or two after contact.
absolutely,
That's what I
absolutely,
love about. That's what I love about B Jack. Like he, yeah, he can get those tough yards. He 1 foot in the ground cut. He gonna go, and when somebody hit him, he going forward. He ain't going backwards. We getting
absolutely,
another yard or two after contact, which is
absolutely.
great. And I think B Jack gonna come in too, like real big, because the goal is if our offensive line is what we think it's gonna be. In the fourth quarter, we're gonna have some leads, and we're gonna need to kill some clock and do some drives like that. That
Yeah,
them defensive backs and linebackers ain't gonna be wanting to hit B Jack after a long game in the fourth quarter.
yeah, yeah. Well, Christian, man, I'm gonna let you go, Felly.
All right, my brother, be blessed.
Yeah, I appreciate you tapping in, man. I'm gonna take these other calls stacking up, man.
All right, be blessed, my brother.
Okay, all right, fight on, Felly. Um, you said here, my son slotted at another. No, my son played at another college. Oh, you talking about Roy? Yeah, shout out to Roy, man. Let me shout out to hey, big shout out to Roy, man. What's the word, man? How you doing tonight? So let me take this other call. Let's see. Oh, this Keith. Keith,
Yo,
what's
what's
the
going
word?
on, Jay?
Man, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Hey, let me say this first. I'm gonna give a big shout out to my nephew Trey Biggers. He's with the St. John Bosco team this year, and
Oh, he was.
I'm proud of him.
Hey, was he? Did he
Yeah.
travel? Did he travel?
I was supposed to go with him at other circumstances. I don't know. I need to check with him. I'm pretty sure he did.
Okay,
If he did,
man.
he's on special team.
Yeah. They hey, salute to you, Roy. Fight on.
Bruh,
But they
the
yeah.
commentators made a mistake and said something about, well, we're going to see about whose athletes are better, Florida athletes or California athletes, and I just died laughing. I said, "Come on, man, you really put yourself out like that?" And St. John Bosco's balled out, and I'm going to finish watching them other day when I'm done with you, and just the
Did you watch it? Did you
opening
see some of it
drive.
last night, though? Did you see some of it?
No, I'm watching the highlights now. I'm watching the opening drive, and there's a big difference in the big lines that we have here in California. Someone had an argument when he said
Woo! Yeah.
we had no line. Are you kidding me? Really?
Hey, I'm gonna
Hey,
be honest though.
mm-hmm.
Keith, the way Tom, I don't. Well, when you go back and see it, you watch it. The way
Yes.
Tom from Modern Day, who's committed to USC, the way he slung that guy yesterday from Florida, like they really looked like they were so much more physical. And I'm gonna tell you this: they tried to throw so many penalties. I think it was 160 or 70 yards worth of penalties. They tried to cheat us in that game. To be honest with you, now there was a couple plays, a horse collar, and a couple of other plays, but for the most part, they were so physical, man. They looked like the quarterback at one point got scared to run. That's how, and the receiver had alligator arms, man. That's how physical we were.
Hey, let me tell you something. You think it's just USC half the country don't like? Hey,
Hey,
I want to say this about our starting D line. I don't care who's starting. All I know is when I saw them, I just saw four big monsters. That's all you need to worry about. Is the
well, tell him,
rotation?
Keith, tell him,
There-
Keith,
there-
tell him
there- there's
you were on
four
those. Yeah,
big monsters. Who you
well,
put in, they're a monster.
well, Keith, tell them that they invited the alumni. You guys that are just tapping in, we got about 400. Keith, a former linebacker that played at USC 1984. They invited the alumni back in the spring. Keith was on the field watching these guys play, and I remember after the game, after the spring game, which really wasn't a spring book game, but he called me and said, "Man," he said we got some dogs out there, man. So I think a lot of people they're gonna be excited just to see the rotation and the amount of talent that we got as well, man. It's unbelievable.
They're like sprinters. If I had a D line like this when I played, we'd have won a national championship easy. They'd have been afraid of us for the next 3 years. These
Yeah,
guys are monsters.
no
Gosh.
doubt, absolutely, no doubt. They monsters,
Hey,
man, and
D
I'm
line,
so.
I know you. Hey, hold on. D line, I know you guys are watching. Don't let me down.
Oh, they're not gonna let you down. Hey,
I
they're not.
know.
Hey, they're not gonna let you down. Hey, they about to get jiggy with it, man. And from what I heard, some of the guys in the locker room, they taking this as a disrespect, and they're gonna prove themselves to just the way they rated these guys in the top 25, man. It's just it's crazy, man. So hey,
I'm.
shout out to
Hey,
you, Preston, man.
I'm glad we got disrespected. That fuels the fire. It
Yeah,
does.
yeah, yeah, no doubt.
Rank,
And so
rankings mean nothing, but if you want to go ahead and insult us, then okay, then be prepared with what's going to happen to you this year.
no, absolutely, absolutely. So I think it's a great expectations on my end, man, and I think this team is going to really move and groove to a. I believe we're going to the college. I will say that I believe we're going to the college football playoff. And as I stated, somebody else came in here. I got a buddy I went to college with from the state of Texas. He lives in Houston, Texas. He's a big Texas Longhorn fan. He played ball as well.
Uh huh.
And he
Right.
said, Jay, man, we were having a conversation. He pulled up the roster, not the roster. He pulled up the schedule. He said, Jay, I didn't realize your schedule sets up the way it does. He kind of thought we had a schedule the way it was last year, opening up with LSU. I said, no, man, we can kind of build up to this thing and really get these guys moving and grooving from a depth aspect and getting all these guys, the ones, the twos, the threes, and really fit some pieces, even on the offensive line, trying to figure out the guard spot, trying to figure out all of the other spots. And I think this is going to work well for us, and it's going to keep us fresh. We could really be 6-0 by the time we get to Michigan. Let's see, Missouri State, Georgia, Southern, Purdue. Who we play after Purdue? It's Michigan State, Illinois. So we could be 5-0 by the time we get to Illinois. And
Oh
so, which
wow.
is they consider to be a tough game, but I think we're gonna move and groove on them as well. So we could be 6-0 by the time we face Michigan. So what's your record prediction, real quick, Keith?
Oh, you know I don't like doing these things, man.
I know you don't. Nobody does, but if you just had to, if you,
Well, when I saw them in the spring, and I said, "What, 11-1?" I'm standing by it.
yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
had. I had the same thing, and I really don't like doing that. I
Uh,
don't like,
yeah,
I don't want to shortchange our guys at all.
yeah, somebody's gonna sucker punches. It's only gonna be one time. It's
So
only gonna be
I
one
think
time. Yeah.
yeah. So we'll see what happens. What's the over under with Jaden Mayava throwing over 3,500 yards this season?
Oh, definitely,
You think he's gonna
definitely.
do it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got confident. I saw him. You guys only hear it. I saw the boy.
I know.
He improved. He improved, and then you guys hear the later that Jada Maya was doing this, that, and the other. Well, I saw the development. I told you he was comfortable now with the offense. He had time to develop. He got time to get
Absolutely.
more acclimated in the offense. He had more time to throw with his boys over the summer, and he's going to produce.
Yeah. Michael, 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 Roy been wailing. He's laughing at you said somebody gonna suck it. His son plays off. His son is actually been playing a lot. He's been getting a lot of reps in as with the left guard spot. But they've been kind of rotating him into Tobias Raymond, but or other guys. But I think hopefully he gets that spot. But yeah, shout out to him. He laughing at you, said sucker punch.
Well, I got away with words sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. So look, man, we've been on here almost 50 minutes. I just want to tap in. We got 419 people on here, man. If nobody else taps in, guess what? We out of here, man. We had a nice group of people to come on in, man. Shout out to Brian Jenkins, shout out to Christian, shout out to Keith, shout out to Young Tiny, shout out to everybody that was able to make their way in tonight. Stefan as well. Let me put the link in here one more time. 11-1, and I'm gonna answer some of these questions before we get out. Keith, any last thing you want to say, man, before I get up out of here?
Oh no, man! I'm just looking forward to a good season, man, and camaraderie with my boys here, and come back to the shout out with the fam. Well, I'm ready, man. It's go time.
Hey, it's go time. All right, Big Keith, I'm gonna get at you, man. I appreciate you tapping in. I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna answer some of these questions, and I'm out of here. If nobody else coming in.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna take off, man, because I'm about 10% of my phone.
Yeah. Me too. My computer. All right, hey, fight on, Big Keith. Hey, so we appreciate Keith, man. You guys got any questions? I'm gonna answer them. We've been on here 50 minutes, and I'm gonna make sure we get these questions. I got somebody else in here right now. This is a difference to find. Hey, what's the word?
No, it's me, Jay. I just want to
Okay.
say, I
know we
think
got
we
two
can go.
Stefans that come on here during the season.
I think we can go 12-0. I think we can either 11-1 or 12-0. I really think that we got the depth to do it, and we got the best coaching staff in the nation. So if we can just get these referees to call a good game, and I ain't gonna lie, I seen what you was talking about with St. Thomas Aquinas in modern day. It's these referees, man. If they want to take over a game, they're gonna take over a game,
Hey,
and,
did
and
you
that's
see?
where we got to get at. Yeah,
Hey, it was
yeah,
like 170 yards worth of
ridiculous,
penalties. Are you sick?
ridiculous.
I'm like, every time they made a big stop, these
Yep.
dudes wanted to just bang them. I'm like, come on, man. Are you kidding me?
It's ridiculous. Like you said, it was a couple bonehead plays that we made on our own. But at the end of the day, like at the college level, how we got there last year, man, I just hope we can get some fair games. And if we get that, we'll be all right. Everything else is gonna take care of itself. Like
Yeah,
like everybody keeps saying, Jada Maava, he's improved a lot. So I'm
yeah,
not really worried about that. I'm not worried about Lincoln Riley not having a dominant offense this year because that's not
yeah,
like Lincoln Riley. He just had one bad year, you know what I'm saying? But I think he's
absolutely.
gonna get it on track, especially with the defense that we got. If we can keep that boy Gentry, if we can keep him healthy, because that boy right there, he a problem on our
He's a
defense.
problem. Yeah, he looked like an action
Mhm.
figure right now, man. The way he built his
Man,
body up, he looked crazy.
I seen him, man. He ready for the season.
He
Yeah,
looked like a robot.
I
Yeah,
really hope he have a big season this year, man. Because they already got Lemon and Lemon. They was already saying like some NFL insiders like Lemon first he could be a first round draft pick, him and Jacoby Lane or whatever. But don't sleep
yeah,
on that boy Gentry though, because he if he can stay healthy or whatever, he gonna be a problem. I want to add this too though.
yeah.
Did you see how they did Shiloh Sanders? You see how they set
Man,
him up?
I,
We see they
man,
went for the okey doke.
I did. He punched. I saw some. I just saw it right before I came on. He punched somebody. I
Oh,
don't know.
okay.
And then I saw them going back at it with each other, man. So I don't know like the extent of it, but I don't really know the background behind it. But I saw it, and I'm like, dang, did they release him?
Yeah, that was an excuse. That they knew what they was doing, man. The NFL, if people don't believe it or not, man, it's politics in this, man. Y'all better wake up and start. If they don't want somebody there, they don't want somebody there. Because at the end of the day, they both was doing something they wasn't supposed to be doing. He was over there pushing him after the play. His hands is all up in his face mask and all that too. But you only seeing Shiloh though. Really, come on now. You're in the open field. You only see one player. But okay.
Yeah, I saw
And
that.
then
I saw. Well, I saw a little bit of it when I came on.
And
So
then a
before I came on.
commentator said basically, like I guess that's pretty much like that's it for him. Like I don't think nobody is gonna pick him up, but I hope he do. I hope he get at least on a practice squad or something, or he can play special teams for somebody. He'll go out there and
Hey,
make a tackle.
Hey, either that or go to the Canadian League. Something. You know.
Right. He gonna, but
You know,
I,
do
I ain't really
something.
too worried about it because he comes from money. But at the end of the day, it is what it
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
though. But that's all though
absolutely.
for USCJ, 12-0 for 11-1. We gonna be all right. We gonna for sure for college football. But I think we got a chance to compete for that national championship though. Wherever it's at this year. Do you
Absolutely.
know where it's at this year?
Man, where is the national champion? I don't know. I
That's
don't even
that's a good
know.
question.
I don't
Oh,
even know.
okay.
But
I know it's coming
yeah,
back up to SoFi Stadium.
it seemed like
But yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, I agree with you though, big dog. But yeah, appreciate you tapping in, man. I'm gonna
most
take these
definitely.
other
Fight
calls
on,
real
fight
quick.
on.
Hey,
All
fight
right.
on, big dog. John, what's the word, man?
How you doing, my brother?
You ready or what?
Absolutely, always, man. Come on, it's gonna be a big season, man. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I'm ready for next weekend. I'm gonna be down there, ready to go. And first of all, I just want to let you know, we greatly appreciate you for all your content you bring and everything you do, my brother. You do an excellent job of it. God has blessed you, has His hand on you, and just keep on rocking and rolling, man. And it's gonna keep
Hey
on growing
man,
as it
hey,
should.
it's guys like you, fans like you, man, that continue to talk, tap in with me. Hey, I can't talk to myself. You feel me?
Right.
So I, you know what I mean? I appreciate guys like you, man. But like, what's your overall, man? Real quick, man. Expectations, man. Like, what are you feeling, man? Shout out to Raul, man. Light the Torch podcast. What's
Uh,
your realistic expectations, though?
I'm gonna call it 10 or 2 or 11-1. I know it's the beginning of the season. Everybody is hyped about their team and they want to, be excited about everything that's going on. That's every team in the United States, right? But
Yeah,
I really think it's all gonna like if we could get both of them, great. But I really think even if we could split the Notre Dame and Oregon game,
yeah.
would be
I mean,
would be amazing.
I was on a Minnesota podcast and they asked me, I said 11-1. And one of the games I had us, and I totally agree with you, Oregon, but it was Notre Dame. I said that may be the one. I feel like because of the recruiting battles, man, and because of some of the other underlining things with Oregon, I kind of feel like we're gonna have a chip on our shoulder about that game, man. That
Oh,
is a
for sure.
game that we do not. Let me ask you this: who do you dislike more, Oregon, Notre Dame, or UCLA? Give it to me, 1, 2, 3.
Notre Dame,
In
Oregon,
in
UCLA.
order, in order, who do you
Yeah.
from the one that you dislike the most to the one that you least dislike? 1, 2, and 3.
Dislike the most Notre Dame. Second to be Oregon. Third is UCLA. UCLA is like that's our little stepchild.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. You know what? I've just come to just absolutely. I hate Oregon, bro. I hate them more than anything now. It seems like I
I
don't.
can get it.
It, it's just, man. I
Have
don't
you been
know.
up there? There's nothing up there. Like it's like why would kids
Yeah,
want to go here just because Phil Knight money?
yeah,
Like it's and you get that all across the country. Like I've been really like focusing on. I want to go to like if I could, I would want to go to every single college stadium just to see the stadium and the venue and how they do it for the
yeah,
pregame and the tailgate.
yeah,
But it's like I've been up to Oregon. And it's just it's crap. Like it's like, come on, man. Like this is what they got nice facilities, but that's about it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like when I went
yeah,
to Maryland last year, that was my first time in Maryland. The campus was gorgeous, but the stadium was crap. It's like this is like a JC stadium.
I remember. I think you called in maybe the week after a week, and you were talking about that Maryland game. I remember you going there, and I remember you talking about it. Man. Yeah, I just don't like Oregon, man. But this is for me. It's kind of changed, man. It didn't used to be like this. But I'm gonna say Oregon won, Notre Dame, and then UCLA, just because just the way the way they flaunt and the way they try to. It's just some things about them, man, that I just really do not like at all. Let me answer this real quick. Hey everybody, everyone, did y'all see the standout from SC player to Sergey? SC players, they watch Sergey. Oh yeah. Hey, thank you, man. Hey, much love to all those guys, man. And it was crazy because DeCarlos Nicholson, when he first came over to USC from Mississippi State, I did like a little Bible study type of thing on our show with just him. It wasn't no football. It was just Bible study thing, round table. And he put a comment that was like, Jay, man, I hate that I missed it. So big shout out to DeCarlos Nicholson, man, because he wanted to be in that video. And much love to him, man. I got big love for him. So hey, realistic, real quick. Expectations though. What do you think? What do you think we do this year?
I think it's gonna be 10-2, 11-1. I mean 9-3 at the worst. I really feel like we're gonna do a couple things better this year that we didn't do last year. Run the ball, first of all. Defense is gonna be better. That's automatic. And then also throw into the tight end.
Yeah.
I think the tight end is going to be a big deal in the offense this year. Which one? Who knows? We'll see when the season starts. But I really feel like our tight ends are going to be, they're going to be a lot more of a vocal point, because why would you not utilize a tight end and then you're bringing in the number one tight end in 2026? So, and then everybody knows what Lincoln did with Mark Andrews when he was at Oklahoma. Yeah, they do balling. So it's just a matter of finding them, growing them, building them, and just getting them in the right positions. And I'm super excited about both the quarterbacks, Maava and Hassan Longstreet, because I think we're gonna have a lot of blowouts. So Hassan gonna get some love and some run and get to see what it is to be on the field. And it's like he's being groomed. You know what I mean?
Here's the question though that I think we all gonna have to ask, because it's a heavyweight situation. So say we got a bunch of blowouts and it's all year long. Do you keep Hassan Longstreet and redshirt him? And if Jaden Maava is having success this year, I think that's the question. I hate to be the coach to ever make that decision, because at some point, you never know. You may need him, and who knows? Whatever, playoffs or whatever. You know what I mean? So
I wouldn't.
What do you think?
I would.
Yeah.
This is because I heard everybody talk about. I saw that game on Ryder Lions. Oh my God, he's amazing. So if I'm SC, I'm talk about that. Yeah. That kid is he's a beast.
No,
so
he's a dog, man.
Yeah, boy. So I'm gonna play
about him like that. That's crazy.
I'm not gonna burn the red shirt, because I'll look at it like, okay, in this 2026 class, I'm actually want to take two quarterbacks. So you can take Ryder. Ryder's really a 27 kid. So you can have him come in 27. You have another guy there who Son can step in next year if Jaden decides to go. You know what I mean? I think Jaden decided to go, depending on what type of year he has this year. But man, back in the day, like Pete Carroll, when I was at SC, like it wasn't too many red shirts. Like, I mean, it was like a red shirt if it was an injury, or if, like, we really had to put weight on you, that type of thing. Or really have to like maturate the body or maturate your mind to help you grow and be a part of the organization. You know what I mean? Just like to maturate the youngness out of you to become a grown man. But I'm not big on the red shirt. I guess if you could keep it, you could keep it. The only reason why I'm really not big on it is because the way college football is right now with the transfer portal.
Well, I think there is some type of rule. I can't remember what it is. I saw something put in place, and this was part of the new House versus the NCAA, and I saw where Congress is supposed to be getting involved. They're trying to do a limit transfer portal to one time a year. Matter of fact, I did a show about it, just kind of touched on it, that this is possibly something that could be implemented. And they're trying to do that. And if that takes place, I think that's going to change the game big time if you just get only one time to transfer in the transfer portal. But to your point, I think it's almost impossible, just given the way college football is this season, to redshirt them. That question was posed to me. I would like to see, I'm going to say the same thing I said about Miller Moss and Jaden Maava before, the whole thing happened. I wanted to see packages for Jaden Maava, even though Miller Moss was in there last year. I'm going to say the same thing. I want to see Jaden Maava throw for over 3,500 yards this year. But I wouldn't mind seeing some packages for Hassan Longstreet too, because he's a beast. He's an athlete. Just want to see him, let him get acclimated to the college game and let him get a feel for the game. And at the same time, you kind of bringing them along and letting Jaden Maava still do his thing. What you think about that?
Well, we're seeing a lot of programs across the country doing it. So, like, even if you look at like look at Texas. Like even I know they had I forgot the guy that went to the NFL, but they still had Manning coming in for
Ewers,
different packages like
Q
during
Ewers.
last year. Yeah, to give him acclimated to the system.
Yeah,
You saw
yeah,
at Ohio State, even though they had that quarterback from Kansas State, Julian saying they was pulling him in like during like real game time situations
yeah,
to pull him in.
yeah.
And then you know who did it the most? When I noticed when I was at the Penn State game versus SC, they pulled Drew Aller out a couple times.
I saw you. Matter of fact, do you not remember? I did a preview of USC, and it was talking about the Penn State game. I said we could follow that same format. You're so right. We could follow the same format as Penn State. They literally was bringing him in to just run the ball, but it was running like specifically like running plays for him, and
Yep.
it was designed for him. And the way he was coming in, moving and grooving, I was just like, "Who is that guy?" I didn't even know who he was until I saw him do that, and I think we could absolutely do the same thing.
Yeah, because
We
I
saw
remember
Arch
we were
Manning
sitting.
get
I
in
was
there a
at the
lot.
game. Well, I was sitting at the game. I was with Carter. We at the game, and I'm like, dude, they pulled a starting quarterback out, and for a
I
whole
saw it.
series. And I'm like,
I
oh
saw it.
wow, like
I saw it.
oh okay,
I
yeah, you
saw it.
got it, and that's in game time situations and in meaningful situations. So if they're in
No,
meaningful situations, it's like,
absolutely.
okay, the kid gets to be in there when the pressure's on. You know, the game's is still in limbo. Nobody knows who's gonna win, but you can see what they're built like, and then also create that
No,
confidence
I
in them.
agree. I agree. And but the type of athlete that Hassan Longstreet is, I mean, he's built like a brick. And the
Mhm.
fact that look, I will be shocked if we don't see something for him just coming in for short yardage. That way, we don't have to see J.D. Maiava try to carry the ball, but try to make that two. It's not necessarily be a two quarterback system, but just special plays, man, to see him move and groove that same type of way. But shout out to Roy Benuelas because he said Sam Hewitt. Look, there's a lot of people, you can't sleep on Sam Hewitt, man. He was a 5-star guy that came from Utah, and he has a lot of ability as well, man. So we definitely have options as far as the quarterback and just being versatile, even within that room.
Yep. And then we got versatility on the line. People don't know about the O line. I mean, I know they say our running backs are 3 deep, but we're really 4 deep because we got Harry Dalton too. Like it,
Yeah,
and imagine if this would have been last year or the year before, where we weren't that deep, or we had a bunch of transfers in there. Then
yeah,
that kid would have got run. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
imagine if Quentin didn't leave, he would have got run. Like he'd have been the main back this year. But now it's like, dang, we're so stacked. It's kind of like what it was in Pete Carroll days, and now you got to be even more of a USC fanatic, playing for the school, love where you're at. Because if you're not, then you're not going to be ready to go through the competition. Because our competition is going to be insane.
It's
It's going
it's
to be
it's
amazing.
insane. But any big time team, and you guys know I had Herschel Dennis on here. I don't know if you remember seeing that interview, but Herschel Dennis came on and he talked about how Reggie Bush and Lindell White was there. And he talked about it, man. He talked about the competition. He talked about how he got injured. And Herschel Dennis basically he did his thing. He had that touchdown against Auburn, if you remember, in
Yep.
2020, in 2002. Did his thing, ran up as like a lead, but then that was Reggie Bush in them's freshman year. And I think the following year, I mean, he lost a lot of time. I think it might have been due to injury. So, this is the same type of, you talking about Lindell White, Herschel Dennis, Reggie Bush, all those guys on the same team. I remember even guys like, who was the team that Chauncey Washington? Like, I remember one time that Chauncey
Chauncey
Washington played against
Washington.
the
I
run.
think Joe
Was it
McKnight was
CJ
on that
Gable?
team.
No,
Mark
no.
Tyler.
Yeah, yeah. It was crazy. You hardly ever saw Chauncey Washington. Then all of a sudden we started seeing him after everybody else got their run. And this is like, where has he been at? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah, bro. It's hey, real quick, Jax 904. If you're on Twitter, the link is in the chat on YouTube. Everybody that's up, we got about 500 people here. If you guys are on Twitter, make sure you guys come over to my YouTube and make sure you subscribe. But the
I,
link is
I got a
actually in the
question for
chat.
you, Jay. I got a question
Yeah,
for you. Who do you think that third wideout's gonna be?
I think it's either Prince Strong or it's going to be Zachariah Williams. I mean, it got to be one of those guys. But I said, don't sleep on Nick Hines. Don't sleep on
Sam?
what you call it? His name slipped my mind. Who?
On Sam's?
Yeah,
Corey Sam.
Sims, Nick Hines, and as well as DJ Jordan. Don't sleep on all
Right,
three of those
okay.
guys. But I'm gonna take
Right,
this other
okay.
call real quick. They're stacking up on me a little bit. But hey,
All right,
bro,
my
hey,
brother.
I appreciate you for coming on in, man.
You know, I stay locked in with you, man. Many blessings, bro. Stay up, all right?
Hey, likewise, family. Hey,
All
fight
right, for
on.
sure.
Paulie, how you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing there, USCA? How you doing,
Hey,
man? I just want to
man.
chime in.
Hey, thank you for it. Let me say
You-
this real quick. Let me say this real quick before you get going. You guys go subscribe to Paulie and Preston, man. They did a phenomenal. I actually enjoyed this show the other day. They did a phenomenal job, man. They got a pregame show coming up on Saturdays. I can't remember the time, Paulie. You could tell them, but they did a great job, man. So, Paulie, what you got for us, man? Can you hear me okay? I think he froze up on me. We'll wait for him to get unfroze real quick. Let's see. Paulie, can you hear me? You guys let me know if it's me. Can you guys hear me okay? I think he might have froze up on me. Let's see real quick. Yeah, Jay Fair too. You're right. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know, because I'm not sure if Paulie froze up. Let me try to add him back on. Paulie. Yeah, he really froze up there. Hey, so okay, you can hear me. Cool. I will wait to see if he comes back on. He may come back on, and I'm gonna shut it down. We've been on here. Oh, here he is, right here. Okay, Paulie, you there?
How you doing, man? Fight on, Jay. How you doing? How's everything going? Thank
Hey,
you so
man,
much for tuning in yesterday, man. That
absolutely.
means
You
the
guys
world
did
to me.
Hey, I appreciate you for coming on, man. You guys did a phenomenal job. You could tell them when you guys the show is, man. It's on Saturday. I couldn't remember the time, but you could let them know. You guys did a great job.
Yeah, it's pre-games with Paulie and Preston every Saturday right before the game. You can find us on YouTube and you can find me at Calling the Shots with Paulie Walnuts on YouTube as well. And that's going to be my own platform that I'm going to be launching soon. We're going to be talking, of course, USC football, but at the same time, it's going to be everything from boxing, the death of sports, pretty much. I want to find out what we can do to get football back, basketball back, boxing back. Those are the kind of topics we're going to take on
I
and
didn't know you
tackle.
talk about boxing, Paulie. We got to
Oh,
talk about this Canelo Crawford thing, man. But
oh,
I'm a big boxing guy, but we'll get we'll get
yeah,
into that.
we'll get
You
into
know.
that, man. Yeah, I'll slide you my number, man. You can, because
Yeah.
obviously I'm a huge boxing guy, so
Oh my gosh.
I go back to
Yeah.
the days of, back in the late '70s, early '80s, man. So
Wow.
we definitely need to catch up. But getting back to
Yeah.
it, man, I got to tell you, first of all, I just to be able to have this platform and talk. I mean, and the funny thing is you get a lot of negative feedback sometimes, and you get some
Yeah.
positive feedback. When I say that Jaden, I think Jaden has. I'm not saying he's going to win a Heisman. All I'm trying to say is that if he does have the potential, if this team goes on a run
Yes.
and this team plays well on the road, he throws for 30 touchdowns, which we know he has the weapons to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and so if he does that, plays well on the road, this team's in contention. Why wouldn't he be there? You look at this is the one year, Jay, where I look at football and I look at every team in that top 25. There's not one team that I said, "Wow, they are the front runners and they're going to win it all." Anyone
Yeah.
can win this year. Anyone can.
I totally agree. And we saw last night, we saw yesterday with Kansas State and Iowa State. I look at that team, man. You just do your visual check and you look at that team. Nobody can tell me, sit here and tell me that our offense is not better than Kansas State and Iowa State. And you look at what Jaden did, whether it's Notre Dame. Notre Dame was supposed to be the number one defense last year. He threw 360 yards. We're
Yeah.
talking about all of 3 quarters. We'll
Yeah.
say 3.5 quarters because it wasn't until I think the 3 to 4 minutes of that last part of the game. And I can argue that one of those interceptions was a push off, and the second one, yeah, he threw up there. But I just feel like Jaden Maiava, man. I think he knows how to close out games, and I think that's
Yeah.
the biggest part about being a winner.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and you look at the maturation process. Like when I judge a football player, when I first saw Alex Graham do an interview and I saw
Yeah,
how comfortable he was, how
yes,
confident he was behind that microphone, that tells me from the neck up, that guy
yes,
is phenomenal. He has that high IQ. He feels
yes,
comfortable and confident. When Jaden came in, you got to remember Jaden those weren't his boys. Those were Miller's boys. They played golf together. They hung out
Right,
together. I'm not
right.
negatively speaking about Miller. That's just the way it was.
Exactly.
Jaden had no formal training. That guy went from throwing beer cans and on the beach to his uncles during barbecues. That was his training right there. He had no
Yeah,
Jordan Palmer school training. That guy
yeah.
had he was pure athletic ability. And then he finally comes in, and that was a lot of what he did was just him just trying to be athletic and make plays and toss the ball up for his teammates up there. But he has a 1 year, and people don't remember he was handpicked by Riley, and Riley is a lot smarter than all of us when it comes to X's and O's.
Hey, that's what they. I try to tell people this. Who am I to question Lincoln Riley picking it? By the way, Georgia, he was actually committed to Georgia before he came to USC. And
Yeah,
USC was able to flip him. So if Georgia think he's you were talking about Georgia that just wasn't too far from winning a national championship. So if Georgia think he's a good quarterback, Lincoln Riley thinks he's a good quarterback. Who do we think we are saying he's not a good quarterback? That's crazy.
That's what I'm getting. Hey, we're just like sitting on the couch, man. Who do we think we are? Thinking we can call X's and O's better than this guy.
I mean, like seriously. And so,
so that's one thing about it. I look at the way we built this team. It reminds me a lot of the 02 team when we were we just were kind of turning that corner. These 2025 guys, I tell a lot of people, don't expect them in. I mean, these guys, some of them are going to contribute. You got some really good guys there.
yeah,
Gus Cordova will eventually get on the field.
yeah,
Those guys are hard, tenacious workers, but they're more the foundation pieces that are going to get us to that next level. And then when
yeah.
the new guys come in, those 2025 guys are going to have some good experience, some good coaching under the belt. But you know what? I owe a lot. I mean, I can't begin to tell you how good it feels to be happy again and be excited again about college football. And
Absolutely.
without Jen, we wouldn't be here. That's why I think she should be the one that lead the teams out. She leads the team out to
Yeah,
onto
yeah.
the
No
field.
doubt.
This opening
No
day.
doubt.
So that's how I feel about that.
Absolutely.
But you know what, Jay? I got to tell you, man. Much respect. You guys, all of you, Tim, and just everybody out there that has helped me get to this point. I was just a guy that called in. I've always had a dream of doing this. It's sports is my passion, it's my life, and just
Absolutely.
to be able to have this platform to be able to share whatever knowledge I have with you guys. I mean, it means the world to me, man. And thank you so much. You've always been a good
That's why.
supporter.
Hey, that's why I first seen you. I seen you over there with Tim, man. And I said to myself, I said, man, my guy probably got a little charisma to him, man. I think he can make. I think he can make it happen. So you and Preston, man. I think you guys compliment one another, man. I think you guys gonna do a phenomenal job, man. So big salute to you guys, man. And I wish you guys the best. Maybe we'll collab one of these days, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you. The one thing of Preston and I, last thing I'll say is it's not that everybody was so serious. It's just the shows there. A lot of the shows, that we wanted to add that little element to. We want people to respect us for our knowledge and what we offer, but at the same time, we want to have fun with it. We want to laugh. I mean, I made fun of my. I compared I put a picture up of my uncle because I thought he looked like the mascot from UTEP, Pay Dirt Pete. So I wanted,
Absolutely.
I want to have fun with it, and it means a lot to me. But you know what? I'll be there. Doing a live show with the guys from Trojan Squad. I'm going to be there at their tailgate.
Oh yeah, man. They sent me a shirt, man. I had it on the other day. But shout out to the Trojan Squad, man. Much love to those guys.
Aldo and Ish, man. Those guys are something else. And
they're good people.
They're Absolutely. Good people. But I'll be there October 11th. I don't know if Preston's going to make it out, but I'll be there. We're going to be doing a live show. I got some friends coming from out of town. We're going to the game there. So if you're there, man, I'll hit me up, man. Let me know so we can meet up.
Absolutely, man. Hey, Polly, man, I thank you for coming on, man. And you guys don't forget, you can find Polly and Preston on Saturdays, live on YouTube, man.
Yeah, all right, Polly, man. Games, man. We'll talk to you later, Jay. Fight on, brother.
Fight on, family. Fight on. All right, man. Look, this is I think we ready to rock and roll, man. I feel good. Hey, and you're right. Forgive me, Jay Fair as well. He's gonna be part of that. He's gonna be part of that receiver group as well. Yeah. Hey, so look, man, we moving and grooving, man, and I think absolutely, Roy. We're moving and grooving, and I think USC is going to absolutely shock the world. I'm out of here, man. Until later on, listen, man, everybody, let me take a picture of this. We got 520 some people in here right now. I appreciate everybody tapping in real quick. This is it. It's game week. Now is the time, and the time is now, man. So look, until later on, I appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. Happy Sunday to everybody. Fight on, fight on, fight on.